So today I have a very interesting question. So this guy is asking me, he's telling me. So my friend told me that he has sex every day, every day, and I only have sex once a week. Is anything wrong? Is that wrong? So you know what? That's a very good question because I think for many couples, not understanding how the dynamics between their intimacy frequency brings kind of a bit of a burden. So I understand where you're coming from. Now, I'm not sure of your age. I'm not sure where you are in life. I'm not sure of your everyday activities, your level of commitment, your work schedules. I really don't know. I would probably need a little more data right there. However, what is what sounds normal to you and your wife? What are you both satisfied with the amount of times that you're having sex? Is there a bit of a demand and on any one of you, husband or wife, wanting more than just once a week? So that would be really the real question here. Because if there's that evidence that you're not fully satisfied, that she's not fully satisfied, that we are exposing you to some kind of maybe danger or vulnerability that is unnecessary. So I say, why don't you go have a conversation with your wife? Be totally open, because it is a legit concern. Sometimes, though, I want to just clear this, just to make sure that we're on the same page. Sometimes our friends, they're just full of it. They just like make up a lot of things and they lie, especially when it comes to the sex life and their sex, because that kind of makes them feel better and that kind of makes them look more man or whatever reason. So you don't want to really go by whatever you heard from your friend, to be honest. I don't feel that's actually the most solid source. If you are finding yourself struggling personally because you want to have more, because you need it more, then you should probably, first of all, have that conversation with your wife. Secondly, if you're not coming to terms with the number of times, then seek help, seek professional help. That's why sex therapists exist. That's why marriage counselors exist. We deal with this day in, day out at our counseling center. We see people coming with this complaint, and they don't seem to get to that middle point. They don't seem to come in alignment with the number of times they're gonna be intimately active. So instead of listening to what friends are saying, instead of going to that kind of source, I would strongly recommend to have that conversation with your wife. And then secondly, if you're not resolved, it doesn't feel that is at a resolution point, then seek for professional help. Counseling is just amazing source of guidance, of wisdom that can many times identify why this is happening. So I take that you're coming from a conflictive point, like why am I not enjoying more of this? So when in your conversation, it's important that you ask the question: do you feel you need more, and that you also express your need for more, or whatever the case. So just be very vulnerable, very open, very honest in that conversation with your spouse, and I think you will totally be surprised with the results. A simple conversation can take care of this. But also, something that we've noticed is that many couples, they don't really have developed a sexual vocabulary among themselves. So they become they're like disabled. They don't really have the tools, the all the ways to express in their sexuality, because they don't feel comfortable with one another. So maybe that's part of the problem, actually, that you're not so comfortable to communicate your sexual needs to your partner Maybe you fear that you might be misjudged. Maybe you feel that she might not support you, that you might be, I don't know, engaged in other sexual activities, or that you're getting stimulation from external sources, and then you're bringing all that energy into the relationship, and she's afraid that you might just kind of end up using her. So again, we need to explore what's taking place, what is the motivation. Are you feeling that you need to compete with your friend because you are as much as a man as he is? Or you're really feeling the need, the urge more frequent that you are finding that outlet of satisfaction with your wife? So it is a very good question. Thank you again for submitting them, for submitting this question, and for continuing to send those questions in. We are eager to continue responding to those. And I know that this is a matter of being vulnerable, opening your heart to one another, and finding that answer. Whether you're going to find it in that relationship, in the context of your relationship without any help, or going to the external source of help through a professional therapist.